Okay guys, welcome to another video on YouTube. I know I haven't been active in a long time, but at least we are here now. And I've actually switched to swing trading, if you guys don't know. I've actually told everyone on TikTok and Discord, most people know, but if you don't know then yeah, I'm swing trading now. Mostly because it just suits my situation much better. But in this video, I'm just going to explain to you how my strategy actually works. So how I swing trade basically. So I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm gonna go over the trades that I've taken for the past few weeks. And yeah, I just want to let you know I trade EU and GU primarily, and only EU and GU. But I do use the DXY a lot. A lot to analyze and actually know where price is going. So yeah, let's just start on the DXY. Actually no, we'll start on EU. Okay, so we'll go through our trade over here for actually no, not this one. We can go over this one. So essentially I use weekly profiles, I use weekly expansion. So if you don't already know, price loves to move in specific ways. So on Monday, what it usually does, it accumulates. Okay, so it has a tendency of always accumulating. And then on Tuesday, what tends to happen is the high of the week or the low of the week tends to be set in. So we're gonna keep it a bearish example for this one, but basically manipulation sets in and it takes out Monday's highs and it taps into some sort of PD array, maybe a fib, maybe some standard deviation, anything. It taps into it, creates the high of the week. So this is a strong high of the week set. It won't take this out because that's invalidation. If it does, then we know our trade idea is wrong. Okay, so high of the week gets set there. It can be also be set for high of the day, high of the week, high of the month, whatever it is. And yeah, so once that's set, then Wednesday always usually distributes. So does Thursday, and then Friday tends to either continue or it usually comes back to 50% and retraces. So this is the tendency. So Monday, remember, accumulation, Tuesday, manipulation, Wednesday and Thursday, distribution, and Friday is retracement. Once you have that on lock, now let's get into the actual charts. So I wish I have had replay, but no, I don't. So let me just start on the daily. Okay, let me just mark out where does the day start. This trade was on Tuesday. Let me just mark out Tuesday. So this is Tuesday open. All right, let's go to the daily first. Yeah, let's do our analysis. So I would usually do it on the DXY by the way, but I feel like it's gonna be more clean on here, just so I don't have to flick back and it's not confusing for you, man. So Tuesday's over here. Bear that in mind, okay? What can we see on the monthly? Let's always start on the monthly, yeah. It just gives you a good idea. So on the monthly, we can see that we've swept this low. Now we don't know if it's going to react from it yet, so we have to keep it in mind. We have to keep like a neutral bias. We don't know if it's going to go up or down, but we need to keep in mind that we've swept a low, so the potentiality of it going higher is there. You know, and that's what I'm trying to say. You get me? Let's go to the weekly, okay? It swept this low, and guess what? First week back, instantly bullish, okay, and it also created a weekly OB. What does that tell us? That tells us that we're basically gonna flip. We're gonna try to find a sell side objective. So what is our next objective? It's this weekly fair value gap. Why? Because that's how drawn liquidity works. It's ERL to IRL, external range liquidity, which has been taken out here into internal range liquidity, which is the fair value gap. So comes down, sweeps this low, instant rejection and plummet to the upside, creating a weekly order block. So that means our next draw is this weekly fair value gap. So now we have that in mind. We know that we're looking for buys. Okay, let's go to the daily now. So specifically on the daily, what can we see? This is Monday, by the way. Everything before this line that I drew, which is Tuesday open, is Monday off, obviously. So what can we see? We see that this OB has been created on the daily. Daily order block has been created and this IFVG has been disrespected. That's screaming buys, yeah, that's screaming buys all the way up to here to this drawn liquidity. Alright, let's go to the 4 hour now. Let's go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, what can we see? We can see that our sorry, where am I? Oh yeah, I need to mention another thing. So you know on Monday how I said there's always accumulation, and then Tuesday is usually the manipulation and low of the week, high of the week set. On Monday it can also be set. So the reason why the low of the week was here on Monday, let me just mark that out for you guys. Low of the week. is because look at this massive daily order book PD array. It taps it, then rejects straight from it. I don't expect it to come all the way back down again. Why? Because it's the low of the week, and we have a drawn liquidity to reach that week as well. So now once that's set, we know that we're safe. If our stop loss is below here or around here, then we're safe. Okay, because this is the low of the week. If it goes below there, then we know something's wrong and our idea is wrong. You get me? So look, we're gonna mark out this 4-hour fair value gap, which I did over here, and Tuesday opens here. Bear that in mind. This line, Tuesday opens. Okay. Now at this point in time, I'm looking at Forex Factory. I'm seeing there's not much news. Okay. When there's not much news, I don't like swing trading because we need high economic drivers to actually move price. So I want to take an intraday trade, which I did over here. I take an intraday trade, okay? So I wanna see where is the low of the day. Where's the low of the day? I want to see that. Okay, so I'll mark out this 4-hour fair value gap. I see that there's a low over here. Okay, now let's go to the 1 hour because remember we're intraday trading. Go to the 1 hour where we're trading into a 4-hour gap. Okay, we traded into a 4-hour gap and we swept this low. At this point in time, I'm thinking this is the low of the day. Should I mark it out? This is the low of the day. Okay, at this point of time, this I don't even have it, man. We're gonna put it as low of the week, but just know this is in my eyes low of the day. So once that's set, right, and once it's been confirmed, you have to wait for the confirmation. My confirmation was here, okay, when this hourly OB was created. Once that was created, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna take my trade. So what did I do? I set a limit there on my 1 hour OB, stop loss at the low, and then targeted the previous daily high. Okay, simple. And I know this was a good trade, because Trade Bunny literally took it. He trades the exact same strat as me. Okay, and I think AB took it. AB Trading, who also trades the same strat. So I know that is a good trade. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys the methodology behind it. Now let's get forward to today. What happened today and yesterday? Okay, so as you can see, price didn't actually reach our objective. Came all the way down here, broke the last low of the week, and created a new low of the week. Why is this a new low of the week? Let's have a look. Actually, I'm gonna show you the DXY. It's so much better on the DXY. So look. So on the monthly, yeah, we know that this is our overall draw, obviously, but we also need to come and take this draw first for price to move higher, because that's a long way away. Okay, so that's why we know this is our first draw. So what do we see here? We see that this has been swept. This is the previous monthly high, I believe, has been swept, or weekly high has been swept. Okay, now we see very, very nice rejection from it. Where do we see the rejection, and where do I know high of the week is set in place, and how do I know it? I know it from when bearish supply has been put in. Okay, as soon as bearish supply has been put in, I know that's high of the week, because look, it took out liquidity all the way over here. No one knows until this bearish 4-hour OB is created. Once that's created and that candle has closed, now I know that's high of the week. I know that I'm Gucci. Okay, I know that I can take any trade toward the DOL and I'm fine. Okay, as long as my stop loss is at invalidation, which is high of the week. So the mistake I made was I basically missed this trade. I didn't take it, but I was waiting for a 4-hour tap. Okay, 4-hour fair value get play. Okay, a limit play, but I didn't get tapped. As you can see, I kind of knew that I wouldn't get tapped. I don't know why. I just had that experience, I guess, that discretion. What I should have done and what I will do next time is whenever I have a strong high of the week set, as in there's bearish order flow, okay, then why not just take a market execute? Let's just say I enter around here. Why not take a market execute, stop loss at the high of the week, and bosh, that's my trade, and then target the draw, obviously, or whatnot. But as you can see, this trade is literally playing out. But anyway, who knows? It's still Wednesday. We could potentially, maybe tomorrow, get a trade. Let's just say it. I don't even think so, man. It might not even trade back, would it? I don't know, but potentially. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And yeah, that is basically my strategy. Very nice and simple. And yeah, if you guys want to know more, then make sure to join the Discord, which is the link in the bio. And yeah.